Yeah, Yoruba people say Werey dun wo kò ṣe bí lọ́mọ ni, you know, that the display of a mad person, provided it's not a relative, provided it's a distance, it's from distance, it's amusing, it's entertaining, it's normal, you know, it's a display, uh, it's part of the program, you know, uh, is the tension relief part of the drama, you know. So provided it's not your relative, provided it's not your friends, provided it's not your son, provided it's not your daughter, provided it's not your mother, your father, you know, that the display of a madman is entertaining. Uh, and that's the philosophy of my people, Yoruba people. That we do, you know, uh, to acknowledge that someone going naked on the street, behaving abnormal, you know, behaving like idiots, you know, behaving in a condescending way, manner that degrades his life lesser than other humans, you know, that display, you know, showing violence, displaying act of violence, you know, bent on destroying oneself or group of people, you know, that we really do should belong money, you know. Such is the part that Iran and Israel are doing to me. Is amusing to me, it's entertaining. In fact, that's one of the ways I relax now, you know, seeing themselves destroy themselves, right? Yeah. So, um, unfortunately, for an African, majority of you, that is not even from afar, because they have lied to you that they are part of your family, you belong to the same fold, you belong to the same religion, you know, you should protect your brothers. Why the ones you look alike to fojujo, you know, can wallow in the misery. Congo, the people of Congo, children, women have been continuously massacred and you've done nothing. The people of Somalia, the people of Sudan, you know, your people, the people you truly look like, you know, is upside down, right? And that's the philosophy of the Yoruba people, right? To say that we do to acknowledge that the display of a mad person is entertaining, uh, provided it's from afar, provided it's not one's relative, provided it's not one people, right? So it is. But they did not end that conversation there. If that conversation had just ended there, then it means that we can be going about our lives, about our dealings, just like we've been going about it. You know, no, it means that issues and situations can be swept under the carpet and life continues. You know, hundreds of our people were murdered, massacred, nothing happened, business continued, business as usual. People celebrated birthdays even on that day. They didn't feel the need, you know, to do anything about it. To them, it's another casualty, you know. Um, 2 days ago, another one has happened, you know, nothing has stopped. Were do, you know, it is amusing. It is quite, you know, entertaining to see. It does relieve you of stress, you know, especially within an oppressed group that is now used to violence, that have become violence themselves because their realities is a war zone. Some of you think you are soliciting for people who have declared war on themselves, but you think your case is better. You think you have not been declared war on, but yet people who are engaged in that war that you are soliciting for have better material condition than yourself and your people, and you think you are not in war zone. But just because they have not announced it, and you are waiting for your oppressors to announce that they are now at war with you, that will never happen. The longer they keep you in a state of coma, the better for them. The longer you are in a state of coma, the better for your oppressors. So, but that is not where I'm going, because this Yoruba philosophy, Yoruba wisdom is very deep. Unfortunately, many of you have become weary, apart from self, apart from your root, apart from your culture, apart from your land, apart from your language, apart from, norm. Eventually, you become mad. But return back to the conversation. Werey dùn wò, kò ṣe bí lọ́mọ ni. You see, it is that last phrase that completed the circle of that conversation. If you had just picked the first phrase and run with it, you will have missed the whole essence of it. Of course, capitalism would pride that you picked that first phrase of to conclude that the display of madness is amusing. No, that's not where it should end. That's not where my people ended it. Because my people aren't built under this oppressive system. The people who really created that were built in a free world. So they understood what it means to get beyond the line of amusement, of entertainment, of comical. The word I wanted to say then was comical relief. That is done in art. You get to a point of art, of seriousness. They say, let's create an interlude. Let's create a comical relief. It could be a clown in movies. It could be a poem in a book. It could be anything. But that's another day, right? But back to the point. It Koshe Bilomo, that it ends when it is your relatives and your loved ones that is showing the display of that madness. That at that point, you should not be bothered. You should not be concerned about feeling entertained. It has become trouble. I don't know if you have seen this practically also. It does happen practically. That when you see a physical mad person who has gone naked and then their loved ones are around, you will know from the actions of their loved ones. That was before, maybe not now anymore. You will know, because they will be the one interested in ensuring that they ensure that the person still has his or her dignity. So if the person is trying to pull off his or her clothes, they are the one trying to cover it up. They are the one trying to calm the person. If the person is trying to get up and then start, walking naked, they are the one trying to calm the person down, trying to capture the person. In fact, in some cases, if they do not have the physical might to capture the person, then they now solicit help, and they don't do that with just calmness, and that's where this idea of the fact that they tell you that you can be calm when your loved ones are already displaying madness, when there is a full-scale madness, it's troublesome. It's troublesome, and it's wickedness. It's wickedness from a dog who cannot help. The spelling of God, but from backward, because it's now backward. It's now upside down. And it's troublesome. I understand where it came from, but I don't think you do. But this is just a reminder that this is not who we were as a people. So they will solicit help, look for help, till they ensure that the display of a mad person from their loved ones stop because it's no longer entertaining. So the question here and the relationship with this is what is happening within our space. You know, that you are more bothered, the ways that you follow are more bothered about people in Israel, people in Iran, the way you follow. But the way is less bothered about your people in Congo. It's less bothered about your people in Somalia. It's less bothered about your people in Sudan. It's less bothered about your people in Benue. It's less bothered about your people in Kano. So the question is, to what end? When would you now be bothered? Because I know that even right now, the word has confused you to think that even your family, I'm not talking of extended family has gone long time ago, you doesn't bother you anymore. That you only care about your nuclear family, even though that one too is destroying, is destroying. One of the problems that you have created and they have created for you is that you cannot sustain home anymore. The interactions with our females, between males and females, is deteriorating, right? There is nothing to show for. So they are, if not destroyed it. Good evening. They are already destroying that part of you too. Yeah. But the question is, at what point will you treat that madness no longer as entertaining? I know the response, but this is where I want to tell you that you are waiting till when it affects you directly because of the dosage of poison that they have given to you. And at that point, it is already late. Ìyẹn ni Yorùbá will say, aṣọ ò máa bọ́mọ yẹ mọ́ o, ọmọ yẹ ti rìn wòrìnwò lọ́jà, ó máa ṣe. So eventually, the display of a madman, by the time you are waiting for it to affect you before you do something about it, Omoye, in this case, could have been anything. Could be Taji, could be Obina, could be Shadia, could be anything. Would have entered market. So it will empower the borrow more, that the drug will not be able to meet to fix the condition of the pain. So I know you don't think. As much I cannot advise you to think about it. But to the future that will come, this is who we are as African people and as Yoruba people, from the Yoruba concept of it, that we are not